The formula for calculating the moving average is this. The moving average price equals total value, meaning total existing value, plus GR value, the value of the goods that we have received, divided by the total stock at hand, plus the GR quantity, the new quantity that's being received. So when the first order was created, let me go back. So when the first order was created, the value was, everything was 0, right? So it was all 0, 0, 0. The quantity was 0. Value was 0. And the average price or moving average price was 0. Now, as soon as you have done the goods, this is when the PO was created. And then you have created a goods receipt. You have created a goods receipt at what price? Quantity of 1. And the value, we don't know. The moving average price or the average price was $10. So 10 multiplied by 1 will be $10, and that will be your valuation. And that was expected. So when you created the second order, right, the PO is created for quantity of 2, and the dollar price was $20. So the GR value, of course we didn't do a GR here, so that's that. And when we have done the GR, the quantity for which we have done the GR is 2. The dollar value is at $20 per pound. So the GR value is 20 into 2, $40. Right? Now, how did SAP calculate the moving average price? That's the question. So we said the moving average price equals current value. What's the current value? $10. Plus the new GR value. What's the new GR value? 40. Divided by current quantity. What's the current quantity? 1. What's the GR quantity? 2. So that is equals 10 plus 40 is 50 by 3. This should equal 16.67. You just go to the calculator and you'll find out that that's the correct value. Right? And now you can go on and on and on. Next time, for example, let me do one final example. Again, let's do a PO quantity of 3 at a dollar price of 30. And do you do a goods receipt? Of course, for quantity 3 at a dollar price of 30. So the dollar GR value, meaning what's the total value of goods that we have received? That would be equal to 30 into 3, $90. Now let's calculate the moving average price again. Now the moving average price is the current value. What's the current value? The current value is $50. Plus what's the new value? 90. Divided by the current quantity, 3. Plus what's the current quantity? 3. 50 plus 90 is 140 divided by 6. So 140 divided by 6 is 23.33. So that's the new moving average price, right? You can go see it in the system. It will not deviate from that value. All right. You want to test it? Let's go do it. ME21N. Same vendor 4001. And every time we have to enter this purchase org, purchase group, company code, right? It's a pain. So SAP has a provision to default your values to a certain set of values. The reason is real simple. If I have 10 coffee shops, 5 in the US, 5 in Canada, each coffee shop will have the respective people doing transactions, creating purchase orders, receiving goods, receiving invoices, paying invoices. And they'll be doing only for that respective shop or plant, assuming a shop represents a plant. So in that case, why should they go and change these values or enter these values again and again and again? The purchase org, purchase group, and purchase company code. Instead, for that user, the user sitting in Chicago plant, say, if we can default the values to the same values that he uses again and again and again, he doesn't have to enter these values every time he creates a PO. And how can he do that? Go to personal settings. Go to default values. And here for the purchase org, enter US01. And purchase group, enter 300. That's the one that we have been using, right? And for company code, also enter US01. And click save. Okay. Now go back. No. And come again. You see, they're all defaulted. I didn't enter them. Now if you enter the vendor, the other field, the purchase group field, will also be defaulted, right? So you don't have to enter these fields again and again and again. Now, how about the plant? Can we default the plant? Yes. Go to personal settings, go to default values, go to item, and for plant, enter Chicago 1 and click save. Again, go back. ME21N, enter your vendor and enter your material, say coffee beans 06, quantity of 3. You want to check the plant? See, Chicago, it's already entered, right? So that's how you default certain fields. Not all fields can be defaulted. Certain fields can be, and they are predetermined by SAP. So use that if you don't want to enter these fields again and again. So imagine a person sitting in Chicago plant. He's ordering for the Chicago plant only. So it doesn't make sense to always enter the plant for Chicago here. It's always Chicago for him. So for that user, it's always Chicago. And these are personal settings specific to a particular user, not for everybody. So if you log in with your user ID, these are not your default settings. Definitely not. So they'll not be defaulted until you go to personal settings and then set your defaults. All right. So that's that. Now what were we trying to do overall? We were trying to create a new purchase order and see the effect of the price. So what was the price that we wanted to try? The price that we wanted to try was $30 for a quantity of 3. So let's go put $30 here. And the quantity is 3 and click save. So go to the PO, save the PO, and quickly do a goods receipt. MyGo. Paste your purchase order, and we're gonna put it in the storage location of raw materials. Click item OK and click save. All right, so let's go back to the material and see the price changes. Go back, enter again, go to accounting view, enter Chicago. Do you see that? 23.33. That's the moving average price. Want to check that? Here it is. So that's the formula to compute the moving average price. And this is how you set the defaults. Go to personal settings, and all settings in the header are in the header section, like purchase org, purchase group, company codes, and all settings in the item are in the PO item. So once you set that, go back and come again, and all your settings will be saved, and those values will be defaulted every time you create a purchase order. So I think we are done with our detour of moving average price and valuation, and let's go on to procure non-stock materials.